Everyone, this is the grammar time. Today is October 24th, 2020. Today we're here with Valeria. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen with you, Valeria. So please tell me if you can look at the slide. So it should be a yellow slide.
Yes,
Can you see it?
I do.
Okay. So for today, we're going to talk about countable and uncountable nouns. Okay, so can you see the pictures?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I cannot hear you very well. Can you please turn it up? I mean the volume. Can you turn it up a little bit, please? Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's look at the first picture. Okay, so here, what can you see?
It's like croissant.
Yeah,
Bread.
croissant. Yeah, croissant. And yeah, bread, right? Count bread?
Yes, I can.
Yes, you can.
I think so.
Yeah, how would you count bread?
I can see 7 bread.
7 bread. Well, actually, in English, you cannot say that. Yeah, because in English, bread is uncountable.
An uncountable noun.
Yeah, in that case, you could say, I can see 7 pieces. Yeah,
Pieces
pieces.
of bread.
Yeah, of bread. Yeah. So you need a quantifier with an uncountable noun to make it countable. Yeah, or for example, let's say a loaf of bread, or yeah, a loaf of um yeah, a slice of, right? So those are quantifiers. They help you count uncountable nouns. Yeah, otherwise you just have to say, I can see bread, right?
Let's see.
Okay, now let's look at the next picture. What can you see?
A tea. Tea.
You can see
Tea
tea,
is,
right? Can you
is
count
an
tea?
uncountable noun too. That's right.
Yes, it's uncountable. Yeah. How can you make it countable?
A cup of tea.
Yes, a cup of tea. Great. Okay, let's look at the money. Okay, so
Um,
what do you think? Money is countable or uncountable?
I think it is uncountable
Uncountable. Yeah, that's right.
because you have to know quantify quantify to say how much is.
How much money, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, because you cannot say I need a money. No, I need some money, right? Yeah, you can say a money or two monies or no. Then you have coins or you have bills, and you can also express quantity. Yeah, like $10, $20, but it's different. You're not saying the word money.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's look at the last picture. What can you see in the last picture?
And how can I say jarra? Jar?
Jar.
A jar of milk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
So
Yes.
those nouns are uncountable.
Yes, exactly. All of these are uncountable. Yeah, you can make them countable using quantifiers, but today we're not gonna talk about quantifiers. Now I want you to tell me different examples, okay? Because this time I want you to tell me about countable nouns.
Este es el coso donde tienen todos los productos. Sí. Lo puedo mirar en un spreadsheet a ver si miro aquí mejor.
Do I have to say some countable nouns?
Yeah, countable nouns, please.
Okay. It could be
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
people. You can
Yeah,
count
people.
people.
Yes, people. Yeah, that's right.
What else?
Pardon? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Furniture.
Furniture? No, actually, furniture is uncountable.
Yes.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Yeah, you say a piece of furniture or yeah, some furniture. Yeah, but it's uncountable.
Okay.
Okay,
What else?
tell me another one. One more.
The books. Can I count
Books.
books?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Cool. Okay. So now here we have countable and uncountable nouns, right? So countable nouns are the ones. I don't know if you can see the picture. Here we have some apples, right?
Yes.
So countable nouns are the ones that you can count. You can say an apple, two apples, three apples, and so on, right? So that's why countable nouns have singular and plural, right? And plural form,
Uh,
right?
yes.
The singular form here is an apple, but the plural form is apples, right? With S at the end, right? Now, nouns can be countable and uncountable. So when you learn a new noun, you should check it if it's countable or uncountable and note how is it used in a sentence. Yeah, for example, in the previous tea, right? You said a cup of tea. Now, if you have apples, um, apples is something, is a noun that you can use without a quantifier to make the plural, right? But for uncountable nouns like tea, to make plural, you always need a quantifier. So for example, um, would you like some tea? Okay, that's uncountable. Now, if I want to make plural, I can say, I would like 2 cups of tea. So 2 cups of tea. The plural is in the cups, right?
Right.
So that's the main difference. Now, for positive sentences, we can use e or n for singular nouns or some for plural. And here you have some examples, right? So there's a man at the door. There's a man, right? Because man here is only one, it's singular, right? But here we have friends, so friends is plural. And then I have some friends in New York. So to make plural, yeah, I have friends or I have some friends. So you can use some with friends in
Okay.
plural form. So would you give me more examples? Can you give me an example with a singular and a plural, please?
Okay. Singular and plural form.
Yes, please.
I have um, a cell phone in my desk, on my desk.
Yes, that's good.
And in plural, it could be there. There are some tomatoes in the fridge.
Yes, yeah, perfect. Yeah, well done. Okay, now for negatives, we can use a and for singular nouns or any for plurals. Okay, so we use not many with countable nouns. And here we have examples, right? So I don't have a dog. So that's the first rule, right? So we can use a or an for singular, a dog, only one. Now, this is negative. I don't, right? I don't have a dog. Now, for plurals, negative, they aren't, right? They aren't. So here you use any. So remember, in the affirmative, in the previous one, you used some, right? For affirmative.
Yes.
Yeah, but for negative, you use any with plural. For example, I don't have any children. I don't have any children, right?
Right.
Now, the last rule, we use not many with countable nouns. So there aren't many potatoes. There aren't many, right? Uh, so now I want to ask you to give me one sentence, yeah, one example using negative in negative form, whatever you want,
With the uncountables or with countables?
with countables, because now we're talking only
Okay.
about countables with these rules.
Okay. Mm, there aren't any fish
Any fish,
in, how can I say pecera?
fish tank,
In the fish tank.
mm, okay, or aquarium. Aquarium, that's another word, aquarium. Okay, yeah, nice, yeah, well done. Now, okay, now questions. Okay, so in questions, we use a or an. We also use any or how many. But when we are offering something or asking for something, we normally use some. Okay, and here you have some examples. Is there an email address to write to? Oh, wait, it looks like the other student is gonna, okay, it's gonna show up. Oh, Mauricio, okay. Mauricio, it looks like it's here. Hi, Mauricio. Okay, so Mauricio, I can't hear you very well. Can you please turn up the volume of your computer, please? Okay, Mauricio. Okay, Mauricio, can you hear me?
I don't think so.
Yes.
It's too low. Can you please, yeah, turn up the volume of your computer, please? I Okay, Mauricio. So today we're talking about countable and uncountable nouns, and I was explaining before that with countable nouns, these are the questions, right? So how can you make questions with countable nouns? So if it's singular, you can use a or n, like in the first example, right? If it's plural, you can use any, right? You can use any, or you can use many, or how many, right? Yeah. But if you are offering something, you use some. So, for example, if I say, Valeria, would you like some chicken, right? Or would you like some, no, chicken, no, because chicken is uncountable, sorry. Yeah, would you like some apples, Valeria?
Yes, I would.
Yes,
I
I
would
would.
like.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Okay, Valeria. Valeria, now tell me one question with any, please.
Um, are there any computers in
Mm-hmm.
in the library?
Yes, perfect. Yeah, good question. Yeah, good. Yeah. Okay. What about you, Mauricio? Can you please tell me one example with N or S? Mauricio, are you there? Okay, if you want, you can write it in the chat. Okay, just write it. Okay, if you cannot say it, just write it in the chat. Okay, so I'm gonna say one example with N. Sorry?
I need I need help. Mm, entiendo, pero
Mauricio, I can't hear you. Yeah, I just know that you're speaking, but it's too low.
now
Mentira, no me creo. Claro, ¿para qué tienen que compartir con la niña?
Okay.
¿Y con quién van? ¿Con la mamá?
So, um, let's try one more with how many. Okay, Valeria, can you please give me an example with how many? Mauricio, if you are listening to me, please write your example in the chat.
An example with how many?
With how many? Yes, please.
How many?
Ajá. Hola, la
Um,
gente complicada.
how many cups of coffee
Mhm.
do you want?
Yes, nice. Yeah, it was great because you used quantifiers to make an uncountable noun countable. Okay, yeah, so it was great. Yeah, nice.
Thank you.
Good job. Okay, and what about you, Mauricio?
Cállate,
Can you
hombre.
please write an example chat?
Yo, uy. Claro, ¿para qué me meter en rollos ahí si ya salí de ahí?
I don't know what happened with Mauricio.
No, ya hiciste reír, hombre.
As Mauricio, are you listening?
No, pues, ay, yo ni sé, mira, yo ya le
To
veo
me.
patas torcidas que quién sabe quién. No, pues no por...
So now here we're gonna talk about the opposite, right? So if you can count countable nouns, you cannot count uncountable, right? So, and some examples are the air, right?
Porque,
Rice
sí, no, yo
and
no sé,
water.
ella no la hizo.
You can count rice. Okay, I don't know if you can see the picture, but you can, if you count the small grains, okay, it's gonna take forever, right? So
Yes.
you can,
Like
yeah,
like
right.
the sand.
Es que ella tiene un
Uh,
drama.
so to count rice, you need quantifiers, right? So for example, you can say a bag of rice, right?
Yes.
Or a cup, right? So when you're cooking, you need a cup of rice, right? As the measure. Uh, so I want you to tell me more examples about uncountable nouns.
Sand.
Sorry?
Um, it could be sand.
Yeah,
Seis arena. Sand.
sand, yes. Mm-hmm.
Mm, a flower.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's good.
What else? Beans. Esa no cuenta por el no.
Yeah, yeah, perfect. Yeah, well done. Mauricio, are you there?
He is not here, teacher.
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I think he had problems either with the connection. I don't know. I'm ringing again.
Ay, oiga, la gente tiene convertido.
So let's
Ella tiene un problemita, ella tiene un problemita.
let's continue. Okay, so now we use some with uncountable nouns in positive sentences and any with negatives. Okay. So for example, you can say there's some milk in the fridge. But for the negative form, you don't use some, you use any. So there isn't any coffee. There isn't any coffee. Okay, Valeria. So I'm gonna ask you to tell me one example with some in the and one example with any in the negative sentence.
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
Um,
Porque nosotros también tenemos un amigo en común.
there, there are some um, I don't know. There
Pay
are some.
attention, pay attention. There are no. Why? Because with uncountable nouns, you use there is.
Only singular nouns.
With uncountable nouns, you use
Uncountables.
yeah, there is. Yeah, yeah. At,
Okay, okay.
at least that you are using a quantifier. It's the
Okay,
only way. Mhm.
and there is some oil in the kitchen,
Yes. Yeah, good. Mhm.
and there isn't any sugar.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, well done. Okay, so now here we have more examples of uncountable nouns. Okay, for example, with food, so you can talk about beef. So you cannot say one beef or two beefs. No, beef. Butter, cheese. Okay, so let's repeat. Beef,
Beef,
butter,
butter,
cheese,
cheese,
meat,
meat,
rice,
rice,
salt,
salt,
sugar.
sugar,
Now for liquids, okay, we have water,
water,
milk,
milk,
olive oil,
olive oil,
soup,
soup,
tea.
tea.
Mhm. Okay, and now uh, material. When we're talking about material, is what things are made of, right? So leather,
Leather,
metal,
metal,
oil,
oil,
plastic,
plastic,
silk,
silk,
and wood.
wood. Wood es madera, ¿cierto? That's right?
Yes, yeah, yeah. For example, the table is made of wood, right? Wood.
Okay, okay.
Now, silk is a kind of fabric, but it's very shiny, very soft, very shiny. Um, yeah, leather is it's something that is made with the skin of the cows. I don't have anything here made of leather. Yeah,
Cuero?
yes. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. And then subjects, right? So when you study um, at school, all the subjects, they are uncountable nouns, right? So art, uh, geography, English, science, biology, algebra, and physics. All of them are uncountable nouns.
Okay.
Also, when you're talking about the weather, you may say fog, right? So when you cannot see very well, maybe you're driving and everything is like white. Okay, that's fog. So it's foggy, but the thing is fog, and then it's uncountable. Then we have ice. So we cannot say one ice or two ice. No, some and then rain, right? So the rain is also uncountable, snow, and the word weather. So you can say there are different kinds of weather, no weather.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now pay attention to the other ones. And here is the furniture you were talking about,
Yes.
right? So advice. You cannot say, oh, give me one advice, or I'll give you an advice. No. Uh, can you give me some advice? Or I need a piece of advice. Yeah. I know in Spanish is countable, right? Un consejo.
Right.
But in English it's not. Yeah. It's a piece of advice. Now, the news. Yeah. So the news is uncountable. I know it has an S, right, at the end. So we may think, oh, that's a plural. But no. If you wanna say if you wanna say the singular, you need to use you can say a news item. Yeah, a news item or Okay, a piece of advice. Okay, and the same with furniture. Yeah, so a piece of furniture or some furniture. Okay, okay, and then money. Yeah, we already talked about money, right?
Right.
Noise. Noise. Okay, so with this one, it's also tricky because I know in Spanish we may say, "Oh, I heard a noise," but in English, no, I heard some noise
That's right.
or a lot of noise, a lot of, but not a or noises, no. And then work, okay. So with work again, yeah, work. I have a lot of work. Yeah.
We cannot, we can say works
No,
like a noun.
yeah, not as a noun, no, as a verb, yes. For example, he works. Yeah, it's
Yes.
the only way, but not as a noun. And the same with information. Okay, I need some information about um, transportation. For example, I need some information or a piece of information. But no, I need two informations. No. Or I have two or three informations to give you, or give me an information. No, no, it's not correct. It's just some information, or a piece of. Okay, okay. Now with uncountable nouns for questions, we can use any or how much. You remember with countable nouns before we used a how many, right? But here the main difference is we use how much, right? And again, when you are offering something, you use some. And here you have some examples. So is there any sugar, right? But you say how much orange juice is there? How much orange juice is there? So how much? And then when you're offering, yeah, do you want some chocolate? Do you want some chocolate? Right? So remember, that's very important. How much uncountable? How many countable? Okay. Some when you are offering, and for questions, okay, affirmative, just use any, right? With uncountable. Okay. Now, other expressions of quantity. So you can use a lot of or lots of. Okay, so with both countable and uncountable. So this is a trick. If you're not sure if a noun is countable or uncountable, you can use a lot of and you will be safe. Yeah, but the only thing is here you have to be um, very careful, okay? Because it's not the same when you use lots, you have to write s at the end, so lots of. But when you use a lot of, so a lot doesn't have s, no s here, right? So when you have s, you don't write a. When you write a, you don't write s. Okay, is that clear?
I noticed that lots of is for plural nouns
You
and
can
a
use
lot
it
of
for both
uh,
countable or uncountable. Yeah, but this is usually, yeah, plural.
Yes,
Yeah,
lots
plural
of
in this
is for
case,
plural nouns.
yeah, it's for plural nouns when you have countable. For example, here, apples, right? So here you have a plural. Sorry. Here you have a plural. Now, but snow, remember, snow is a uncountable noun. So it doesn't have plural. But you're talking about a huge quantity, right? So you can use a lot of or lots of, right?
Okay.
Or both. Actually here, yeah, with both. Yeah. Okay, so here we have some exercises. Okay, so you have to complete with the right word. Yeah, what do you think is the right word? So how people are coming.
People is uncountable noun, so that means how many people are coming.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah, how many people are coming? Okay, so can you please read the next one? We've
Yes.
got,
We've got um, some chicken,
yeah,
but there isn't
mm,
any rice.
yes, yeah, any. Yeah, some and any. And what about next?
How much water do you think you need? We need.
Yes, perfect. Yeah, because it is uncountable.
Yes.
Okay, and what about this one?
Um, there's a cat in the
Yeah,
garden.
yeah, good. Yeah, because it's countable and it's only one, right? Singular.
I've bought
Mm-hmm.
uh, shoes or content. New shoes?
Are you sure? Shoes is plural. Yeah, it's countable, but it's plural.
Ah, that's true. uh, some new shoes.
Yes.
Do you have any advice for me?
Okay, yes, yeah. Do you have any advice for me? Yeah. That's good. Or this one.
We have a lot of chairs, but we don't have any tables.
Yes. Okay.
Two things is an uncountable noun, that's true.
Yeah, it's uncountable.
There isn't any toothpaste.
Okay, yeah, there isn't any toothpaste.
We didn't have any problems.
Yeah, nice.
How many people have you sent you an email?
And yeah, and yeah, good.
An
Yeah,
email.
yeah. How many?
I need some information about train times.
Yes, good.
¿Cómo?
I bought some new shoes,
Yeah.
but I didn't get any shirt.
Yeah. Okay, so now pay attention. What are you gonna do? You're gonna write a shopping list, okay? And you're going to classify the products countable nouns, okay?
Okay.
So that's the first thing you're gonna do. And I want you to write the list in the chat.
Okay, teacher.
So no worries, take your time. After that, we're gonna do another thing. Okay, I don't know if Mauricio, okay, so Mauricio, if you're listening to me, this is an exercise, okay? So what are you gonna do? You're gonna write, okay, write a shopping list, okay, and you have to classify the products, okay. Okay, so you have to use, sorry?
Con los incontables, any or how many?
Mm, I I couldn't I couldn't hear you with. Okay, so for example, you're gonna write a list, okay, with countable and uncountable nouns. For example, countable nouns. Let's say in the examples, I said apples, right? Uncountable nouns, like rice, right? So countable nouns are the ones that you can count, are easy to count, right? So you can say 1 apple, 2 apples, 3 apples, but uncountable nouns are difficult, right? Or you cannot count them. Okay, so that's why you have rice, beans, things like that. So as you cannot speak because you're I don't know, you're having problems with your computer, you can write in the chat a list for each one. Any rights? Yeah, but the thing is to write a list, okay? Just the list. You don't need to say any, no. Just write the list. So, for example, let's say that you're gonna buy the groceries at the store, right? So to go to the grocery store, some people have a shopping list, and with a shopping list, you know which items you have to buy. I don't know, Valeria, do you have you finished or no? Not yet.
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
I think.
Okay, uncountable. Okay, so we have okay, can you please read your shopping list?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uncountable. I have soup,
Sugar,
oil,
oil, mm-hmm.
milk, and rice.
Soap, mm-hmm. Milk and rice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, good,
Uh,
nice.
and uncountable. 3 bags of flour,
Okay,
5 green apples, 5 red apples, tomatoes. Se dice a dozen of eggs.
a,
Sí, se dice así
a
12.
dozen, but it is Z. It's with Z. Z. Mm-hmm.
Ah, dozen.
Yeah. No, accountable. Okay, no, accountable. It's another thing. Countable or uncountable. Yeah, yeah, Valeria. Yeah, that's right. Okay, Valeria. Now, with the items that you have from the list, okay, I want you to make a affirmative, two affirmative, two negative, and two questions. Okay. You can
Okay,
use countable and uncountable nouns. Okay, you can mix them.
okay, okay.
Okay, and please write the answers in the chat. Okay, Mauricio, did you understand what to do or not yet?
Yes. Ya voy a ver.
Yes? Okay.
Ya
Can you
voy
please
a ver
write
el
your
chat.
shopping list in the chat?
Um, Estoy en realizando la lista.
Ah, okay, okay, yeah.
Contable.
Okay. Okay, so Mauricio, no worries. Just try to share whatever you have right now. Yeah, no matter if you have just few examples, it's okay.
for example.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you? Can you see what Valeria shared? Yeah, Valeria wrote a list with countable and uncountable nouns, right? That's what I want you to do, right? But a shopping list from from your house.
Mm, I led the shopper around the plaza, la lista, house,
Can you see the chat, Mauricio?
sweater, mm,
Okay, so this is,
Teacher, 2 questions to that's right. That's right. I have to do 2 questions.
yeah, yeah, two, only
Okay.
two. Okay, so Valeria said, there are some tomatoes here. I only need a little. Okay, there are some tomatoes here. Yeah, good. Why? Because tomatoes, it's a plural noun. It's a countable noun. Okay, it's a plural form. Good. And then the next one, I have a jar of milk, but I need another one. Okay, so here milk is uncountable, but she used a jar as a quantifier. Yeah, nice, to make it countable. And then for the negative, so she had, there isn't any soap. There isn't any soap. Um, and then I don't have any eggs. Okay, I don't have any eggs. Yeah, good. I will buy it more. I will buy it more. Well, I will buy it. I would say that I will buy more. You don't need it here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the only thing. Yeah. Yeah, but it was good. I don't have any eggs. Yeah. Yeah, because eggs is countable. Yeah, but soap is uncountable. Yeah, so there isn't. Good. Okay, Mauricio, where's your shopping list? Okay, so I think Valeria is writing the questions. So while Valeria is writing the questions, I'm gonna recap the lesson today. So remember, there are countable and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns are the ones that we can count easily. They have a singular and a plural form, like an apple, two apples, right? Uncountable nouns are the ones that we cannot count, right? and they have singular forms. We usually use some for the affirmative form, right? So I need some milk, right? And for to make them countable, we can use quantifiers, right? Like a cup of coffee, okay, a cup of milk or tea, right? And when we are offering, we use some. So would you like some coffee? Would you like some apples, right? And another thing, so for negative, we can use any, right? For plural nouns. Yeah, I don't have, for example, I don't have any eggs here, right? Yeah, or we can use a singular form. Okay, okay. Oh, okay. So Valeria is sharing her questions here. She said, how much sugar do I need? How much sugar? Yeah, it's good. It's correct. Why? Because sugar is uncountable, so we use how much. But we use how many. How many apples do I have? Because we can count the apples, so we use how many. Okay, so it was great. We have finished for today. I want you to I want you to tell me if you have any questions for the topic.
No, I don't have questions, teacher.
Okay, okay.
It's
So
all
that's,
clear.
pardon?
It's
Can you
all
repeat?
clear.
Everything was clear? Okay, thank you. Yeah, that's the idea, right? Yeah. And Mauricio, no worries. This session will be posted as a video in the chat. Okay, so you can check it after. Okay, so Mauricio is writing. Okay. Okay, guys, I'll see you next week. Okay, bye. Take care.
Bye, teacher. See you.
Bye. Take care. Bye, Mauricio. Sorry. Bye, Valeria.
Bye.